My name is Ivy Boama. I've been teaching 8th grade language arts for the past 9 years. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned about formative assessments is number one, it does not have to be graded. Not every assessment that you give a student has to be graded. Also very important, I've learned that assessments can be taken in groups. Often teachers think that assessments are all individual based type of testing, but you can give a multiple choice test in small groups of about 3 to 5. And this way students learn how to discuss through the answer choices and really pool their knowledge together in order to come up with the best case answer.
And how do you use those assessments to guide your learning?
Those formative assessments are a quick way to assess where they are and then to kind of revamp for the next day. We do a lot of reflection with our assessments where the students reflect on their own work and discuss ways that they can improve on the next assignment.
Kirk Rogers, been teaching for, this is my 5th year. The question was, how do I use formative and summative assessments? Typically we kind of look at the summative first and base our teaching on that, kind of like a backwards design, and periodically we'll have like an exit ticket as a formative assessment or a quick mini quiz to kind of place where they are in regards to the summative. I wish I would have known how useful those are as far as like summarizing and closing, kind of seeing where they are midway. As I began teaching, I used to teach math and I could have used more formatives there as well.
Hello, I'm Derek Mobley. I've been in education for about 15 years now. I was a teacher for 11 and AP for 4 years. And one of the questions was asking me was the difference between formative and summative assessments, and how they should be used, and different things like that. Well, I'm not an expert, but I use them in my classroom, and right now I'm leading our school in 7th grade and also math and science, trying to make sure we're using formative assessments. The way I can explain formative assessments is basically you as a teacher or educator figuring out what your kids know before they take the summative assessment. So your formative is really just kind of like a systems check on where we are. And so you can use your formative assessments to see where they are. Now, what I've asked our teachers to use is to use the formative assessments and then take that into your classroom and understand how when you divide kids up in groups, you can actually tailor their education to the needs that they have to get ready for your summative. So you can give a formative daily, which is best practice for me. Daily formative assessment, see if they've got it, see if they don't have it. That way when you come back the next day, if you got to reteach that to a few students or your whole class, at least gives you an idea to kind of know what I need to do. So formative is a systems check to help you guide your instructions to have your kids ready. So when the summative is here, they have 100% of that summative. So formative to summative is the way it goes for me.
Buenos dias. I'm Wilma Cross. I've been teaching for over 20 years. For the last 5 years, I've been teaching Spanish 1 to middle school level students. One of the things that I really found more late in my career than at the beginning was the importance of the formative assessments. You know, those assessments that you kind of do informally sometimes. You know, with checking students, you see that a group of students may not know it in each class, whatever you're asking them to do. I think the easiest way to do a formative assessment is to use a multiple choice format, but you really have to be careful what you're testing. You know, make sure you're not just testing, you know, memory. Are you really testing deeper knowledge? And what's nice about that is if it's short and sweet, it should only take a little portion of a class, you know, whenever you think is how your schedule fits, so that you can actually have them, you can, you know, grade it and get immediate feedback for yourself, but more than that even for them. I used to give the students an opportunity to grade their own. If it was something very simple, I would have them switch papers and grade it right there, and I found that that was really helpful for them. And then I would collect them, and then I could see where those mistakes were. As far as summative assessments, it's just really important, however you do it, to make sure that you plan so that you are going to have an open time that you're going to be able to turn those around pretty quickly. I think that's really the key. Otherwise, it's not going to help you, and that really should be guiding a lot of your instruction also, or at least letting you catch the gaps that you might be leaving out in some classes and maybe not others. And then again, always make sure that you're actually testing them for what they know and not something that's kind of superficial, like whether they remember something or whether they remember what they studied from the book. It's not rote. And that's about it. So good luck.